Sometimes Simi fucks up and he messed up really bad there, despite what was going on with chat. I should have been reading it. Okay, number one, chat messed up and it wasn't refreshing. Hello Nathan, hello Kane, hi Christina, how you guys going? Chat messed up and it wasn't and it wasn't refreshing or anything like that, so I'm sorry. And I forgot to put my microphone on as well, as per usual. You should be able to hear me now though. I'm good, thanks Nathan. Nathan, as always, thank you for being the first to comment and the first on stream. I appreciate it very, very much, sir. Don't mess with me, Christina. I know that it's working now because Nathan's talking to me. No, I know that it's working now. Bloody hell. Back in the air, finally. I have been rambling for about like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah. All right, but we are set up to go. How you doing, Mac? Okay, let's tune to traffic. Let's tune to the automated weather for starters and listen to what's going on. Now, if the game sound is too loud, we'll make some adjustments. 254 at 4. Oh my god. I can't believe I did it. 254 is where the wind's coming from, which is around about there. Alright, let's tune to traffic and let's announce our taxi.
Kilo Foxtrot Hotel Romeo, traffic Piper Hotel Whiskey Mike is taxiing to runway 34.
Runway 34 is for us. Let's change that to 34. Which is right about there. He's stuck in Brewster Sim. Oh, what a crack up. Alright, lovely. Let's get some taxi lights on. Let's get some navigation lights on as well. So does that mean you haven't been on does that mean that you haven't been on our park break off? Does that mean that you haven't been on Valheim? All right. Could make you angry. What would make you angry, do you reckon, about it, Christina? Well, it's going to be interesting to be flying again, purely because you know, it's been that long since I've been in the cockpit that yeah. We'll see how we go. No laughing, Mac, whatever you do. Raiding my house as I speak. Just it being hectic. Well, yeah, with your comment, I'm wondering whether you do get employees at some point in time, Christina, because yeah. Flaps are up. Let's bring our flaps down. Bring them down one stage, which they are. Good-o chump. Taxi out and get ourselves into position. Found silver ore finally. I haven't been on there for a long time. For a long time. "30 foot from your portal." All right, lovely. So I think we're going to do some, probably some right-hand circuits, I reckon. Noise abatement, so we will have to do right-hand circuits. Okay, lovely. Make sure the altimeter is set. Going to put my park brake back on for a second, readjust my rudder pedals. There we go. A large swamp. Have you been adventuring out by yourself, Mac? All right, beautiful. Here we go. Sip of coffee. Let's just let everybody know that we're taking off.
Kilo Foxtrot Hotel Romeo, traffic Piper, Hotel Whiskey Mike, taking off runway tree 4 right touch and go.
Exploring the boat last night. Cool. Let me know, guys, if let me know how we go in regards to sound and stuff once we take off and stuff like that. Just let me know if the aircraft is a little bit too loud. Hi, mates. How you going? Thank you. I'm so happy to be back, but what I'm doing tonight is g'day Stewie, how you going? What I'm doing tonight is because it's taken because I'm sort of back now. Let's throw our strobe lights on. Let's throw our landing lights on and our taxi lights off. So what I'm doing basically now that I'm back in it is I'm gonna be doing some circuits and just getting back into the swing of things, making sure that all the controls are all set up and that everything's okay. So thank you for the welcome back. I'm pretty excited to be back, which means that I'll be able to start filming some more NeoFly. I'll be able to start filming some more, do some more legs on my around the world trip. So here we go, guys. Wish me luck. It sounds like I'm flying a blender. Okay. Airspeed's active. That's 60 knots, 65, 70 knots. We've got plenty of runway. This is the first time that I've flown for a long time. Just going to trim the aircraft up a little. There we go, and we've run out of runway, so gear up. Bring our throttle down just a little so that we climb. We're going to climb to just over 1,000 feet. How do you feel being back in the cockpit, Christina? Okie dokie. Lovely. Everything seems to be going all right for our first flight back. What's that down there? Is there a boat down there? I'm not sure whether it ever did. I'm not sure, Stewie, whether it did. Okay, let's start leveling ourselves out a little bit. Bring our mixture down just a touch. Bring some throttle down as well. And we'll try and do ourselves some bloody circuits. A little bit of trimming there. Lovely. And there we go. There's our airport just over there and our runway over there. Let's do a little bit of trimming. Bring the throttle down a little bit as well. We don't want to go too fast in the circuit, especially considering it's... I'm flying the Piper Arrow tonight, which is my favourite aircraft in this. Absolute favourite aircraft in this. So I will drop outside in a sec. There we go. So we're flying the Arrow. A Black & Decker 3-speed blender. Okay, we're losing a little bit of altitude, so we're going to trim up just a tad. And keep our eye on the runway there. We'll probably head over this little chunk of land here, I reckon. Bring our throttle down just a touch. Open the flap, Uber Eats delivery for coffee. Actually, that'd be pretty cool, having your coffee delivered from an aircraft, where they just drop it out the window and it parachutes down to your backyard. A little bit of movement there, just a little bit of trimming. So we probably will do a bit of a fly somewhere at some point, but I thought today we are better off just sort of getting back in. Mac, thank you so much. Member for 8 months as the crow flies. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it very, very much, mate. All right, we're going to go a stage of flaps. And we're going to start just a nice slow descent. Yeah, me too, Comites. It is seriously my most favorite aircraft in the sim. It's amazing. It's so well done, and it's if you're considering buying an add-on aircraft, this, you know, and you really love GA, this is the aircraft to do. We'll have a good look at it at some point in time. Okay, we're going to bring our landing gear down, and we're going to start a slow turn into final. Should be doing all of our announcements as we go. Okay, we'll confirm we've got 3 green there. Really a little bit too aggressive on the Mac. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you for the $5, mate. I appreciate it so much. All right, let's see how we go, eh? Let's see if I can earn that $5. Been a while since I've landed, so need just a little bit more throttle. Drop it down. Fly to Woolloomooloo. We can fly. We can do a Woolloomooloo flight if you want. Okay, so I've only got 1 stage of flaps up, which is fine. I might go 1 more stage of flaps actually, now that we've got our gear down. We'll come in. Lots of very, very, very slight, very slight adjustments there. I've been having a little bit of an issue with Flight Sim lately of the aircraft not responding really quickly, so we're probably going to set that stuff up at some point in time. Like she's just not responding quickly enough to my input. And there's my $5. A little bit of throttle down. And nice little touchdown there. Bring the nose wheel down. I'm gonna pull out, and then we're gonna take off again. Slight bit of braking there. All right, lovely. We'll bring her around as well. Fuel gauge is down the bottom there. Incredibly twitchy. You had to set the sensitivity and stuff on your stick all the way down. I had everything set up really, really well. I've got a honeycomb yoke and stuff, and I had it all set up really, really, really well. And then they did an update, and then all of a sudden my response time is really delayed. So as you could see, when we were coming in there and I was trying to line myself up, we were getting like, despite the fact that the yoke is responding very quickly to what I'm actually doing on the yoke physically, we were still getting, I was still sort of suffering that floating left and right and delay in the aircraft actually responding to my inputs. So yeah, it does. But part of today is and you'll notice in the last few videos on my NeoFly series, I've been having a lot of that response problem, which has been causing difficulties when it comes to landing. So I'm just going to bring the mixture down to half so that we don't oversaturate the engine. Truck driving learning sim. No, I haven't even seen it. Haven't even seen it, Stewie. If you could do a link to that in Discord, that would be fantastic. Okay, we'll pull in here, and what we'll do is we'll start messing with some. Throw the park brake on. I'll just jump out so that you can actually have a decent look at this. Which one was it? There. There we go. It is definitely a beautiful aircraft. I'm really impressed with it. Marcus, how you going? Welcome. New device detected. Keep default. Thank you very much. Resume. Okay, I'm guessing that it just detected my Xbox controller. Maybe I'm just getting old. Well, we all know that I'm getting old. So yeah, it is definitely a beautiful aircraft, Kyle. Well worth it, and probably my favorite GA aircraft, I think. I might at some point get the Milviz, maybe, but yeah, I don't know. So what we'll do is we'll go into the controls options, and we'll go into Alpha Flight Controls. We'll go into the sensitivities, and we'll see what we can actually do. Do you reckon you adjusted? See, I've got my reactivity up to 100%. Maybe we bring our sensitivity up to about 30, and we'll do a circuit and see how we go. 30. We'll bring that up to 30, and we'll see if it actually responds to that a little bit better. Let's apply that and save. We'll go back, and then we'll run another circuit. Fuel is good. Fuel is down there. Got a left and right fuel tank down there, Stewie. Okay, beautiful. Let's get back out again. I might forget about while we're doing some circuits. I might actually forget about. Maybe we should. Maybe we should.
Kilo Foxtrot Hotel Romeo, traffic Piper Hotel Whiskey Mike is clear of the runway.
Okay.
Kilo Foxtrot Hotel Romeo, traffic Piper Hotel Whiskey Mike taking off runway
69%. Your sensitivity is -14. Wow, really? That's crazy. You're from Norway? Awesome. Awesome. All right. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Mixture rich. Bring a little bit of throttle in. We've got one stage of flaps, which is good. Do a little bit of a rolling start here. Seeing as how the aircraft is still idling. Everything is good. Hold on to your pantaloons, Christina. Simi's taking you for a ride. Okay, 60 knots, 65. We can rotate. And she's going up beautifully. She's going up really, really nicely. Bring our throttle down just a touch. And we've run out of runway, so gear up. Let's bring our flaps up. And we'll trim the aircraft. It's moving. Okay. I'll turn at 500 feet. A little bit of rudder there. Do we have the is that part of the is that a free aircraft part of the update, Marcus? Climbing out. Let's bring our throttle down just a tad. Keep that bubble in the middle. Run our way down to that. Trim the aircraft down just a tad. Beautiful. Perfect. All right, super happy with that. Just going to take my pressure off of that yoke. We're probably climbing a little bit. Definitely climbing a little bit. Need to trim that aircraft down. Just making slight adjustments on the trim wheel. Bring our throttle down just a tad as well. Of course she's listening in those headphones. She needs to know when she needs to brace for impact. Let's bring our throttle down a tad. I'm going to leave the mixture on rich just purely because we are doing some circuits here. So it's funny how different, isn't it, Kayamites? It's funny how different each setup is. Like the setup that you're talking about is absolutely crazy. -14 sensitivity and reactivity at 69. Yet for me to get any type of response, but it may be aircraft related as well. So. Okay, we're going to bring the throttle down a little. And bring the bit. Once we get into the wide arc, we're going to bring in one stage of flaps. And we're going to bring the gear down. We're below 90. And we'll spin him around. Bring our speed up just a touch, a little bit of throttle. We'll try and see how we go. Well, I feel like I'm not doing too bad considering it's been such a long time since I've been in the saddle, so I'm pretty happy with that. Just slow that turn down to final.
Kilo Foxtrot Hotel Romeo, traffic Piper Hotel Whiskey Mike is on final runway tree 4 touch. Left traffic.
Bring that throttle down a little bit. We'll check that we've got 3 green, which we do. We've got 3 green. Everything's good. No 1 stage of flaps down at the moment. We'll bring in another stage of flaps. All right, lovely. Ah, it's so nice. It's so nice to be back in here. Let's see how this sensitivity goes now. Just trim the nose up just a touch. Yeah, a bit of floating still. There's still quite a bit of floating. Still quite a bit of floating. And that sort of delay, that float. Let's bring our throttle down. You can see it. Do you know what I mean? You can actually see it in the screen. Which creates, we've only got a 4-knot wind at the moment, like a 4-knot crosswind, so it's this is always a bit of a problem when you get into a higher wind. I'll check on chat in a sec, guys. Probably a little bit high for what we are. Just going to bring the throttle down just a touch. A little bit of floating, a little bit of floating. Bit harsh on the old nose wheel there. And she's sliding a little bit. I don't know why. Don't know why she's sliding so much. But she was. Thought it could also be peripheral related, yeah. Easily bring exaggerated on that compared to the proper yoke. Yeah, okay. Yeah, makes sense. You tend to fly or drive slow lumbering things instead of zippy fast vehicles. Yeah, same here, but I think we probably should be getting a little bit more response out of her than this, so. Just trim that nose up a little bit. We'll keep bringing her around. I got a lot of skid on the runway then too. Might have been a little bit fast maybe. I'm going to sort of touch down just over 70 knots. And I think I may have been a little bit fast. Still a little bit low, not really climbing as I should be. That's a little bit better. Sorry about that bump there, Christina. My apologies. Do have a few little updrafts and downdrafts coming on as well. So. got my coffee. Everything's okay. Everything's okay because we've got coffee up in the cockpit here. Although she's nearly run out. Okie dokie. Pretty happy with that, actually. Pretty happy with that. Keep trimming the aircraft. Keep trimming the aircraft. And we're ready to turn base, so we'll bring in a one stage of flaps and we'll start our turn. Once we get over this land, we're probably going to hit ourselves a little bit of turbulence there. So we'll keep you running down. We're going to bring our gear down now. I used to be a gear down on final kind of a person, but technically you really should bring your gear down on your base legs so that everything's stabilized and everything's ready to go. We're bringing in another stage of flaps. And we'll trim the aircraft to suit. I'm going to maintain about 80 knots coming down to this time. And bring a little bit of throttle out. Descending a little bit too fast. Just a little bit more throttle. As opposed to flying the Kodiak, you fly this like you really should fly, but with the Kodiak, you tend to more use your throttle to maintain the speed of the aircraft, and you aim yourself at the threshold. Whereas in this, you're using the throttle to control your descent rate. But I found, yeah, in the Kodiak, you need to use your throttle to control the speed, and you need to use your pitch to control the descent rate. So everything's looking good. 70 knots, 78 knots. Probably want to bring that down just a tad. Still getting that delay. Still getting a fair bit of delay in that. Let's trim the aircraft nose up just a touch as we're coming in. Down to nearly 70 knots, which is kind of what I want to land at. Keep our eye. I'll catch up with Chad in a sec. Got the center line there. A little bit of float. Bring ourselves in. Drop our throttle down. Hold the nose up. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Bring one stage of flapped up. All right, and around we go. I think that's feeling a little bit better. It's feeling a little bit better. It does, yeah, it does definitely feel a little bit better. So I'm thinking maybe we need to, I need to increase my response, perhaps, I think. And maybe go a little bit more linear, I reckon. You always thought I was the gear down. I love you too, Mac. Ah, you crack up, buddy. There we go. So a real fact, in real life you try and avoid actually running the center line. So you kind of avoid running your nose wheel along the center line because those raised, we're getting a few, you can see if I just don't touch my rudder pedals at all, the aircraft's getting a little bit of left and right in it. Yeah, because those raised centerline lights will actually wear your tires out a lot quicker if you're bumping over the top of those. So you always sit left or right of the center line. It's all right on the runway unless there's obviously center lights on that. Okay, we'll stop you there and throw the park brake on. Beautiful. I tend to taxi slightly off center just because you can't see the, yeah. I usually fly tail draggers. Awesome. What we might do tonight for Mac is we might actually load up an amphibious and land on some water. So, because I think Mac I still haven't flown an amphibious for Mac. So, yeah, let's have a look. Control options. I think it was because of the major update. It's probably something to do with aerodynamics and stuff related to helicopters and stuff. Has probably changed stuff up. So that sensitivity is 30%. I don't know whether to reactivity, maybe I'll bring that down to 80% and see how we go on that. Maybe we can try that, and we'll do another circuit and see how we go. All right, beautiful. So we've got one stage of flaps down. We've got 3 green on that. I'm gonna bring that up. I was definitely never suffering these delay problems and stuff previously. Prior to the update, so could be the 2% dead zone. It might be. Let's just try. Let me line up on the runway. Let's just try. Right, park brake on. Controls options. I find you need at least a small percentage of dead zone though. So we've gone down to 80% reactivity. Okay, brakes on. Bring that up. About 3/4 throttle until we get to 40 knots. Yep, and then full throttle. She's trying to pull to the left a lot. With 50 knots there, 60 knots there, 65 knots, and she wants to bring herself up by herself. Okay, bring that throttle down just a touch. Out of runway, gear up. Bring the flaps up as well so she can stabilize herself. And bring our throttle down. Still need a little bit of rudder on the trip out then too. Come on, she's bouncing around a little. Hope you didn't have a fizzy drink before we left, Christina. Aim towards the to the right of that little mound there. Try and trim the aircraft out a bit. Slow it down with the throttle as well. Just get everything stabilized before we while we're on our downwind. We've got Call of Dirty over there to the left at 23,000 feet. It's not going to bother us at all. Let's try and keep this aircraft trimmed as we fly along here. It's constantly messing with the trim. Found the trim wheel is absolutely fantastic on the honeycomb yokes, but man, there's some sensitivity issues with it sometimes. No fizzy drinks, just coffee. Perfect. Perfect. There's a bottle in here somewhere, Christina. I don't know where it is. It might be in the back, but if you need a wee, just wee in the bottle. Call of Dirty would be a great name for a clearing company. A cleaning company. Actually, yeah, cleaning company. That'd be actually awesome, wouldn't it? All right, lovely. I'm feeling, I'm feeling so good being back in the cockpit, seriously. Really, really, really am. Okie dokie, a little bit of throttle down. Let's bring in one stage of flaps and we'll start our turn base. As we sort of get onto base, let's bring the throttle up just a touch, just to counteract the drag on those flaps. A slow descent, and as we get onto about base, which is about here, we'll bring our gear down. Probably descending a little bit too fast. I'm going to bring the throttle down a bit and the trim back up again. We'll do a slow turn final. Keep our eye on what we've got there. Okay, I want to descend at about 500 feet. Going into final, I'm going to bring in another stage of flaps. So we've got 2 stages of flaps for landing on this. A little bit of right rudder to bring us around. And we'll just try and maintain our visual on the runway. Just make sure that runway looks the way that it should look for a landing. I don't know whether you guys watch my practice of my landing, how to land and stuff tutorial, but I find that most of the time it's all about how the runway looks and the point that you're focusing on as you come down. So every time you do your instrument scans and stuff like that for your correct speed and your descent rate and stuff, you also need to maintain a certain perspective on the runway as you come down. At the moment, we're probably a little bit too high. Yeah, it's not bad. We're getting that floating again happening now. That delay. Probably a little bit high. I'm going to bring the speed down just a touch. Bring the nose up. There we go. And let the nose come down by itself. One stage of flaps up and full throttle again for a touch and go. And we're at 60 knots. 65 knots. Up we go again. And gear up. Run out of runway there. I always aim for the, you're good at landing on taxiways. Okay, beautiful. Flaps up. Should be up completely on the flaps now. And we are. The Tomahawk that I learnt to fly in real life, she had the flap lever like that. It was just so mechanical and so fun. But man, the mechanical nature of the rudder pedals, oh, it's crazy. There we go. Everything's stabilizing itself a little bit. Now we could be flying in this circuit a lot faster than what we actually are, but nearly at 1,000 feet. I'm going to bring the throttle down a little bit just to control our vertical speed. Just because I want to fly relatively slow. We've just got over the land, so we've got a few updrafts and stuff now that we've popped over the top of this piece of land, which happens in real life. When you go out over the water, it's as smooth as anything. One of the training areas that I used to train in when I was flying was over the water, and I used to sit there and think, I'm so happy that we're going out to that training area today, because it was always nice and smooth unless you flew over the top of a ship. If you flew over the top of a ship, like a cargo ship or something, then she was a little bit nasty, but okay, everything seems very, very stable there. It's nice. What a beautiful, beautiful aircraft, seriously. That feels reversed. It's always a better aircraft to fly when Christina's in there with me. It is nice, isn't it? Okay. We're about ready to do our final again now. I think we're going to do a full stop landing, and we might do a little bit of a water flight for Spurk, for Mac. I'm just going to bring the flaps down. We're going to get a little bit of drag, and we're going to turn onto base. Oh, somebody sneezed. That's actually FS Realistic that made that sneeze happen. Alright, beautiful. That's good. We've got our gear down now. Come in, we were descending at about 500 feet, which is good. I'm going to bring another stage of flaps in. Coming down for a full stop landing. Just get that little ballooning there. Then we'll start trimming the aircraft out so that she's flying at the speed we want. There we go. And also descending at the rate we want. Christina's a loud sneezer. She's also got I think something might have dropped, because she's got a very deep sneeze. I'm totally a loud sneezer. All right, everything's looking pretty good. We're not descending though. Okay, that's a little bit better. A little bit less throttle there. Yeah. It feels like we're getting shear, but we shouldn't be getting shear. We've got a 3-knot crosswind directly from the left. Like directly. It's almost 90 degrees. We're pretty high here. So at this point in time, I would probably normally either crab, and by doing that, you reduce your altitude really quickly. Or at this particular point in time, I would probably bring my flaps up and call in a go around. A little bit of full power. Bring the landing gear up. Climb out. We'll follow the runway heading. Perfect. I got your safety in mind, Christina. A little bit of a go around there. Okay, lovely. Trim the aircraft down a little bit, bring our throttle down a little bit. We'll just confirm that our flaps are not completely up. And they should be. Pretty busy farting around on that one. You know, there might also be a little bit of a noise coming from my rudder pedals as well. Like not noise, but digital noise, which may also be causing a bit of that floating. So, which I don't think, dead zone wise, on the rudder pedals, sensitivity, I should have, see, I think I may need to bring up the 4% dead zone on that. Oh, I've got a large dead zone on the Z axis. Could bring the reactivity up on that. Okay, I'll bring in one stage of flaps and we'll let the aircraft settle. Start turning for final. Bring our gear down. Gonna get a little bit of drag on that. Come in final. Bring in another stage of flaps. You can hear the air and the drag on the aircraft. FS Realistic is absolutely fantastic, by the way. If you ever want to buy an update, like an add-on for the aircraft. Okay, feeling a little bit better about this one already. We're at 75 knots. We're carrying the center line. We're descending pretty decently. Using my throttle to control our descent there. A little bit high. So we'll reduce our throttle. A little bit more descent there. Still getting that funniness in the controls. That's probably a little bit better there. We'll catch up with Chad in a sec. We're at 70 knots. We'll look for a nice little touchdown in this. Nice little touchdown. Still throwing it around. You can see the nose. Bring the nose up. Bleed that speed. And touch down. Keep the nose up just a touch. Bring it down. Yeah, pretty happy with that. One stage of flaps up. Let the aircraft roll out a little. All right, there we go. There we go. That's not bad. Not bad. Pretty happy with that. We're just going to roll to the end of 3-4. A little bit of brake and just follow out. I'm going to bring my mixture down to half so as not to overdo the engine. Bring the prop down to half because she tends to like to roll pretty quickly. We'll keep our one stage of flaps down. A little bit of throttle. And we'll head in here. Lovely. Lovely. That's all right. It's better to arrive earlier than it is to arrive late with hardly any fuel, I might say. Isn't that? Come on, you shouldn't have done that, Simi. Shouldn't have lost that. Yet again, Simi has brought you home safe, Christina. Simi has brought you home safe. Okay, strobes, nav off. Landing light off, leave the beacon on. Let's bring the ignition to off. Cut that. Bring that down. We'll bring that down. Make sure that the park brake is on. Bring those down. Beacon lights off. And alternate and battery are off. Perfect. Lovely. Now you just need to spiral your way down slowly from 11,000 feet. Yeah, okay, that's a pretty bad calculation. It's a little bit of a spiral as you reduce altitude. All right, well, I think that was really, really good. I'm actually pretty happy that we got some good landings in there after so long, after such a long time. But what we're going to do, any suggestions to anybody on where we might actually, I mean, we could do some water stuff around here, couldn't we? Around where we are, because there's a lot of water landings and stuff there. But maybe we can head somewhere else. Let's have a squiz over here, and I'm going to go and make a coffee soon. But when we come back, I'm going to do a little bit of float planing for Mac. Oh, look, we could fly the Pilatus on floats, couldn't we? Yeah, we might do that. We might fly the Pilatus. I haven't flown it, so let's see. There's a Friday. There's W33 Friday Harbour here, which is actually a water landing as well. So we could take off and we could do a couple of water landings. Select departure. Let's depart from Friday Harbour. Right there. Set that as the departure. 9:07 a.m.'s pretty good. And we might let's go for a little fly and find somewhere nice to land. There's a water runway there. So we could probably land on that if we wanted to. Hello, Dream. How you going? Welcome. Where are we going to fly then? There we go. There's a nice little water landing right there. Set as arrival. And what we'll do is actually let's cancel that out. Oh shit, crap. We will take off from Friday Harbour. We'll do actually we want to set that as the arrival runway instead. There we go. Lovely. Of course you can. Of course you can. I am on the I'll check all the stats in a sec. I'll check all the stats in a sec. What we're going to do is we're going to fly across. We'll fly straight out and we'll fly to... We'll fly across there. Then we'll come across, we'll have a look over Port Angeles. And then we'll head into there. We're flying a water plane today, Dream. I'm departing from Friday Harbour and I'm on the North Europe server. So North Europe server and departing from KFHR. And we'll be flying out this way over 0WN0, then over KN0W, and then up to CAV8 as a landing. So you're welcome to join that. I'll leave that on this screen here. I'm just going to go and make myself a. It's 5:08 p.m. I've set I'm actually going to set the time to a departure of about 9:50 a.m. So just so that we get a decent sort of a decent view of everything. So Alrighty, sorry that took a little bit longer than normal. It's massive bushfire weather out there today. It's like 38 degrees. There's a really strong, warm breeze. And, yeah. And there's grey clouds coming over the hills as well, so, which may indicate some lightning strikes and stuff. All right, Friday Harbour, ready to fly. Let's adjust the, can't remember how to adjust the time. Damn it. Yeah, it's always a little bit of a worry when that's the case. Oh, I can't remember how to adjust the time. Up here, I think. No. Come on, come on. General options, assistant activities, general options. I'm just going to go back to the main. No, cancel that. It's on the cloud. Whereabouts? Come on, come on, come on. I can't remember how to do it. I cannot remember how to do it. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's right. That's how long it's been. That's how long it's been. There we go. That's a little bit better. Oh my God. I feel like such a dick. I've flown flight sim so much. I just feel like such a dick. All right, cool. Throttle's working. Lovely. And props working. Perfect. Fuel is, should not be in cutoff. Should be okay. All right, lovely. Okay. Oh man, it's we've got the thing about this aircraft. You don't have much of a. You've got a lot of view out here, but you don't have much out there. There we go. All right, so we're going to take off from 3-4, I think. 3-4 Dream, I reckon. All right, oh, battery. Avionics are on. Mixtures in. I probably should actually have the Kodiak on this one. Let's crack the throttle just a little bit. Lovely. Throw on some beacons. And I can't use that. Come on. I haven't flown this aircraft before, so... Come on. Okay, that should be all right now. Lovely. Lovely. Let's reset our view. Perfect. Where that took a little bit of time. The little vehicle driving straight through you there. Landing lights, nav lights, strobes are on, beacons are on. All right, lovely. Lovely. Okay, where's the rudder on this? Where's the rudder down? There's our flaps. It's our stabilizer. Cabin fan, avionics. Right hand pump, left hand pump. Just so that we get a little bit of this aircraft is about as old as Mac. Not quite. Okie dokie. Let's make sure everything's okay there. Brakes are working. And we don't have any any ailerons on this for some reason, so I've got my rudder pedals, no worries, that's perfectly fine. I don't think, there we go, that's a little bit better. Have to unlock that. Alright, should be an interesting flight this one, because I should really be flying an amphibious Cessna for my first water landing in Microsoft 2020. But I'm not. I know I'm taking my time. I am definitely taking my time. Water up, there we go. So that's our landing gear. Clear advisory. Okie dokie. Let's give this a bit of a go. Sorry about all the messing around there. Dream. Need to make sure that our nav lights are on, that our taxi lights are on. A little bit of sensitivity there on the rudders. Haven't flown a PC6 for a very long time. John, how you going? Look who's back in the air. Yeah. How are you, mate? And I'm doing something very silly on this stream right now, and that's flying an aircraft that I haven't flown, and for a water landing. So feeling like I'm up very, very, very high. Okay, we'll bring our flaps down, which should be okay there. Do we have 2 stages of flaps on that? We do. All right, are you ready to go? Let's just stop her up there. Gee, she's slow on the brakes. She's very, very slow on the brakes. All right, here we go. Twins. Twin PC6s. Hotel Whiskey Mike, and we've got no number on there. Your PC's... What can go wrong? That's exactly right, guy, mate. Your PC's broken, you don't have the cash. Oh, you're crapping me. That sucks. Don't you chop my tail up. All right, here we go. Now she's very, very, very slow on the brakes, this aircraft. You're chomping on my ass. You're chomping on my ass, Dream. Okay, so I've got one stage of flaps in. Okay. Just sleep. Okay, we'll bring our prop forward. Full. Everything else is looking okay. Bring in a little bit of throttle. Let her throttle up a bit. Make sure that our altimeter is set, which it is. Wow, these rudder pedals are... Maybe I probably need new rudder pedals. These are so old. These rudder pedals are so bloody old. And up we go. Okay, so we'll do a right-hand turn. I'll bring the speed down just a little bit. Bring our flaps up and gear up. We've run out of runway now. Now this is a turbo prop, so with the old turbo prop, it's a little bit different to fly in the Arrow. Don't apologise, Dream. I'm just messing around. I'd fly to about maybe 1,500 feet. Bring that onto GPS. Not too bad, John. Not too bad. I'm recovering really, really well from surgery, which is absolutely fantastic. And which is why it's been so long since getting back into flight sim. But yeah, I feel like I was all right to do the setup and everything today. Because sitting in front of here streaming for a few hours or recording on flight sim for a few hours, it does kind of affect your back a little bit. So okay, Dream, we're sitting at about 1,500 feet, 120 knots. See, now my sensitivity and my reaction on this is, so it must be aircraft. It must be aircraft, Kayamites, because look at the reaction that I'm getting on this. Nice and twitchy, yeah. Good to get back to the... Oh, tell me about it, John. Tell me about it. It's fantastic, mate. Absolutely fantastic. How do we go with the autopilot on this one? Let's see how she goes. Let's turn the autopilot on and we'll select our altitude. Bring that up to 1,500 feet. Oh. And select our altitude. It's just going to hold it. It's going to hold just about where we are, I think, which is really, really good. All right, cool. At least she has a bit of an autopilot. Aussie, how you going? Thank you. Thank you very much. It's good to be back. Good to be back. Looks like your job will be moving around the country every couple of months for the next few years. That's pretty exciting. So you got to move your whole house and stuff, or... All right, I'm leveled out at about 1,600 feet, Dream. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing another around the world flight. I don't know whether to keep flying exactly the same aircraft all the time or whether to mix up the aircraft that I'm flying. Like, it'd make more sense if I flew exactly the same aircraft all the way through Aussie, but not that much stuff, but you'll be bringing the basics along. You need a really good let's just bring him around a little bit. A really good gaming laptop. No worries, Dream. Perfect. So I'm sitting at about 116 knots, 1,620. And I'm probably going to hit our nav as well. Go into nav mode. We need to make sure that we're on GPS. Where's the GPS button? Spend the money on getting a PC back to health instead. Ah, yeah, part of the basics, absolutely. If you're trying the same, however, you're still deciding what aircraft you'll be using for the trip. The reason why I picked the Kodiak, Aussie, is because of its altitude. It's got a really high ceiling. It's got a really good range. And it's also got really good stall capabilities, so... And I think, and that's the reason why I chose that one as my around the world, especially when we're going to places like Papua New Guinea and some of those areas that have really, really small, really short runways, so... Be worried about flying a single engine that far away from home. Not too bad when you're over land. It's when you're going across the water, like, and that's why I'll be going from Darwin across the Timor Sea to Papua New Guinea on the shortest possible route. So, so we'll get a lot of altitude in that before we head out. Twin Otter would be absolutely awesome, but it's a relatively large plane. The Twin Otter is still a large plane. It's got relatively good de-icing and stuff, but we can definitely mess with our altitude and stuff as we go. I'll probably do. I reckon I'm probably going to do maybe a couple of. I might do a couple of legs or some legs on stream and stuff. So I don't know if you want to fly along. Just make sure I sort of want everybody to have the ability to fly along with me as well. So it's nice and smooth out here, Dream. It's just over there. My, oh yeah, they are working. Dream, what key do you use to put your rudder down? To put your rudders down in the water when you're down in the water? It's the Sky Master. Ooh, interesting, Oz. Yeah, definitely. Keep your eye on the Discord, because I'll probably put it on the Discord a little bit as well. Say, look, you know, I'm going to stream on this day at this time, and we're going to do a flight. Oh, you got it on your joystick? Okay. I don't want to go into the menu because you're going to fly way past me. Let's go back in the cockpit and see if we can find where it is. Coolers, autopilot stuff. Standby power. It'll just probably be the easiest way to do it, I reckon, Aussie. Auxiliary pump. Whee! Ignition, start. Source power. Why isn't our battery auxiliary on? Fuel pump auxiliary. Ah. What's that? That's the fuel system valve. Stabilizer trim. Interesting. Let's reset. Oh, that's an interior light. All right, what do we got? Don't know. That's it there, I reckon. Yep, it is. Oh, hello. Okie just bought me some lunch. Thank you. Hi, Disco. How you going?
Came for a drive and got a doggy treat.
Sorry?
Came for a drive and got a doggy treat.
Oh, nice. All right, so we're heading over to our first waypoint now. I just need to work out how to change from there we go. Lovely. All right, so we'll let the aircraft fly itself. Although it seems to have just messed itself up a little bit, didn't it? All right, you bought the Skymaster a few days ago and you're still practicing with it. What's it like, mate? What's it like? Why is that flying us straight ahead? Like that. That's why. Beautiful. All right, cool. Let the aircraft fly itself a little bit while we hang out. It's on special in the... Oh, is it? I haven't flown the Skymaster. How much is it on sale for at the moment? Aussie? All right, beautiful, beautiful. Everything is going quite well here. It's such a beautiful area to fly. Oh, Sperky, he drives his trucks around this area. Like Washington State and stuff. $26, wow, really? I wonder whether it's still on sale. I think Hokey's going to get onto some Disco Elysium. She bought the new Batman, and I had a dream last night that the Batman got mostly negative or completely negative reviews on Steam, and that it was a horrible game, and I felt really bad for her. But she hasn't played it yet, so... Alright, so we've got our rudder down here. We've got our rudder down there. Ready to deploy, so we know where that is. Yeah, I know, it's a bizarre dream to have, isn't it? It was last night I had that dream. Last night. It's like, I just dreamt that it was that it had really, like, you know how when you go into a game on Steam and it's got practically just all negative reviews, that the overall review thing is written in red? And I even dreamed that. It was written in red and it was mostly negative. Yeah, and I was just feeling really sorry for her. That she went and bought the game, and but I'm sure it'll be pretty good. I'm sure it'll be pretty good. You guys can probably hear the paper. I'm taking my pie out. Are you excited, Mac? Are you excited, buddy? After doing a few circuits and stuff like that, I thought we'd make this just a little bit of a longer flight, just so that we could enjoy what's about, get over some water and some other land masses and stuff. It really is a beautiful part of the world to fly in, this one. So what do you think of the Skymaster, Ozzy? What do you reckon of the Skymaster? "30 nautical miles until touchdown." Looks like a fishing trawler out there. Don't have Christina in here with us today. I'm not going to put her life at risk. There's no way. Not so that we can land in the water for Mac. Give the fishermen a scare. That'd be pretty cool, actually, being in a fishing boat and being buzzed by an aircraft, wouldn't it? Unless you're being buzzed by a BF 109 or a Spitfire or something, you'd think they were coming down to get you. Coming down to get you. Look at that. Look at that. That's nice flying there. It's nice flying there, Dream. That's awesome, isn't it? That's just fantastic. She's a strange looking aircraft, this one. Look at the engine bay. Look how long it is. On air with this, yeah, she probably could, yeah, that would probably be a pretty cool thing, actually. I'll tell you what I want to do. I really want to invest in ILS 2 and start doing some combat sim in aircraft. It'd be really, really nice to do some of that. Be eating my wake turbulence, yeah. You'd probably get a bit of turbulence out of this, actually. That's not Mac that's flying there, that's Dream. That's flying along there. Mac does come and fly along with us. He used to come and fly along with us a bit, so... You could always tell which one was Mac's aircraft because he'd be landing on taxiways instead of the runway. I reckon we might have to climb to get over these hills here. It's saying at this point that we're okay. But we're just going to skim the top of those. I wouldn't be flying through here at this altitude, but I reckon we'll probably be alright going through there. We'll just keep our eye on it and keep checking. Don't forget to hit like on this one, guys, as well. If you can, it really helps out a lot. We normally only have a few people when I stream. We have a lot of people watching, but we only a few people actually hit like, so... I always really like to see out the side of my aircraft. I guess this is all right for an approach because we've got all that, we've got all this big section of window here. But I kind of feel like, you know, with the speakers and stuff there, I kind of feel like we're not. There's an outside air temperature. Lovely. Is there a mine there or something? Possibly. Cordless blender. $16 nautical miles off of our destination. Sorry about the paper crunching, guys. Alright, so we're going to start getting a bit of turbulence now we've come over to land, which is one of the things that Microsoft, that Flight Sim now really models well. We've been flying really smoothly, and now you can see we're getting quite a bit of updraft and downdraft and turbulence coming from these hills and stuff like that, which is really cool. I'm just going to keep my eye on this and see how I feel as we approach these hills. Might be better off like climbing to 2,000 feet, but we'll see how we go, because I can turn the autopilot off and take over manually. Oh really? It doesn't respond to throttle for vertical speed, Aussie? What we might actually do is take over manually, and we're going to fly our way through here and through that small piece there. So I reckon we might turn the nav off. And we'll fly through this little valley here. Might need to practice more. Yeah, get out there and just do circuit after circuit after circuit after circuit. I can't remember the name of the mod itself, but it's on flightsim.to Aussie. Yeah, I think I made the right choice. We were definitely going to have to climb to get up through there, so it's quite nice through here, isn't it? Just do a little bit of manual flying, eh? Sorry, Kaimates, I was responding to you with regards to that mod. Too manual for your taste? Manual flying's pretty cool though, isn't it? Really. Like it's not that unenjoyable doing manual flying. Yeah, sorry about that. I just read Aussie's name and sometimes it's nice just to get in and fly manually. When I first started Flight Sim, with this iteration of Flight Sim, and started doing NeoFly and stuff, I made sure that I stuck with the 152 for a while until I got used to flying in Flight Sim again. It was all manual and it was all cool to fly, so... Okay, we're getting pretty close. We're only about 6 nautical miles out. I'm just going to start descending a little bit. I'm also going to bring my throttle down quite a bit and give myself a little bit of flap as well. Because who doesn't love a little bit of flap on a Saturday morning? You're flying around in the area as well. Oh, really? Nice. Are you flying along with us? You're not flying along with us though, are you? Okay, we'll give a little bit of trim up. We're going to go around here and then we're going to do a right turn. That's it, Mackie boy. Okay, pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. Maybe just a little bit. She's going to respond a little bit different to the way the Piper does, because it is a turboprop. So, going to bring ourselves down into the water. Okay, in a DC-3. I haven't flown the DC-3 yet, but I do love the DC-3 as an aircraft. So, okie dokie, that's our landing point over there, just over the other side of that little island jutting out there is where we're going to drop ourselves down. So just going to monitor airspeed. Keep it working relatively stably coming down. We're only getting enough to clear those trees on that little island there before we come in and land. So sounds like I'm flying a slot machine. Oh, you can probably hear the music in the background as well, Mac. The lo-fi beats in the background. We can actually mute that if you want. All right, in we go. You ready to go, Dream? Okay, cool. Chromites. Sounds awesome. Okay, I'll bring our throttle down a little bit. Because it's the first water landing I've done in 2020, I might bring the second stage of flaps down, and we might land on full flaps. You kind of just use your basically use your GPS and stuff. It is shown on the map and stuff when you're setting yourself up for a landing. Okay, I'm going to bring the throttle down. But you know, it's a water plane. You can pretty well land anywhere, Mac. Go a little bit more throttle. We don't want to go too slow. Bring her down. Probably got Dream landing next to us or beside us, I'd say. And it looks like we're in that cove there. We're at 59, 57 knots. Bring her down and there we go. Keep the nose up a little bit. You've got to keep back pressure on. Got to keep back pressure on. Just to slow the aircraft down. Once you get to taxi speed, bring the rudder down so that you can actually turn. It's not 2020. It's Flight Sim 2020. Thanks, Kymites. Not bad considering that we're getting taken by the we seem to be getting taken by the is it I reckon it's reversing. It seems to be reacting very, very funny to the water. Is yours reacting funny to the water? Dream? You thought I was having a grandpa moment. Always having a grandpa moment. Is yours? Yeah, mine. Did you drop the rudder? See the rudder down there? This little thing here. Did you drop that down? Because as soon as you've got no airflow over the horizontal stabilizer, and it definitely doesn't stop. So if you drop that rudder down, it drops the rudder into the water, and the rudder's on the back of the rudder's on the back of the aircraft here. See right there? So it drops that down so that you got steering. And then when you're ready to take off, like I am now, you bring that back up, bring the rudder back up before you take off, get a little bit of speed happening, and then once you get some speed happening, your rudders will work perfectly fine. And then to actually stop the aircraft, you need to actually shut the engines down. So yeah, make sure you drop that rudder. Don't have your rudder out on landing though. You put it in when you start slowing down a little bit. No, easy, easy. Because if you have the rudder down when you're coming in for landing and you're at a relatively high speed, then you can either break the rudder or otherwise you can flip the aircraft. So come and land the DC-3 on the water. I dare ya. Yeah, so it's really a balancing act, Dream, when you're trying to navigate these things on water. A little bit more speed in. I feel like this is a little bit of a better landing. Nose up, nose up, nose up. There we go. Keep the nose up, get to about that speed there. Throw the rudder in. Turn the aircraft around, keep a little bit of power in, because that's where I went wrong, I think. Because she starts turning in the wrong direction, weirdly enough. It's really strange. I don't know whether it's Microsoft physics or what it is. But she doesn't, she definitely doesn't want to turn though. Yeah, it just wants to throw itself around hugely. Damn, you can't open the doors. Well, there you go. She's a bit hard to control, this one, on the land. Oh, look, listen to the water. Now we want to do a DC3 flyby, a really low flyby of us. I want to hear what it sounds like, Kyomites. Don't land, just do a nice flyby if you can. That would be awesome. Don't want to destroy your logbook on Flight Sim by purposely crashing into the water. So nice flyby, really low would be absolutely awesome. I want to hear what it sounds like. In fact, I'm going to turn the music right down now. And I'm going to turn the sim volume up. DC3 is a magnificent one. Don't know, Dream. Can everybody hear that water lapping against the floats? Look at that. Here comes the DC3. Pressure's on. Pressure's on though. I can hear it coming. I thought you were, I don't know why. I should see that DC3, shouldn't I? I didn't see you as a DC3 then. That's bizarre. I've got all the different aircraft. It looks like you're in a little Mooney. Hovering above the water. But we all know you're not. We all know you are not. Alright, awesome. So that's it for this stream, guys. I'm going to leave the stream here. What? The side? Yeah, well, it would have been if it had been a, DC3. That's just bizarre, isn't it? That all of a sudden I'm not seeing, like, because you're in the PC6 the same as us, aren't you, Dream? And it's not showing you. The little Mooney that could. He's just pumped his tires up hugely. So they're just acting as flotation devices now. Thanks, Christina. I hope all you guys have a good sleep tonight. And you all stay safe. You guys out. It was so nice to get back in here. I'm glad that we got to do some circuits and stuff, as well as a bit of messing around too. Yeah, because it's been a while. It's been a while since we've managed to be in here. So hope everybody is safe. Mac, thank you for the $5, mate, and thank you for your membership renewal. I appreciate that very, very much. Thanks, Kyomites, for hanging out. Thanks, Dream, for flying with us as well. Practice your flybys. Definitely practice your flybys. Nice and low. Nice and low, Kyomites. With the engines absolutely roaring. I think I'm going to do some next time we stream. We'll probably do a little bit of DC3 flying. I think because definitely love that aircraft. Always have. Thanks everybody. I will see you all next time. And sorry about the messing around at the start. My God, that was Kane's fault. All that messing around at the start with the sound. It's definitely Kane's fault. I'm holding him responsible. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. No worries, Dream. I'll see you guys later. Bye.